Mr. Tom Arsenault is a local attorney, but he is also part of an organization, a body, a group of folks who are concerned about blight across Shreveport. Hey, Mr. Tom, welcome back to Keel. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Let's kind of start here in the scheme, in terms of blight. If Disneyland is a 1 and London after the Blitz in 1943 or whatever is a 10, where do you think Shreveport is? Serious question.
Well, it depends on your neighborhood. In some places it would be a 10. In some places it would be a 1. I would say overall it's probably somewhere in the 5 range.
And that's pretty bad to you, huh?
Yes.
The Redevelopment Authority having a big meeting tomorrow, and that's one of the topics that drew my attention, talking about tools for blight elimination. Give me some ideas of those tools.
Kind of a combination of carrots and sticks. The sticks are enforcement tools. We have a property standards code. When renovations are done, they're required to have building permits. At that point, zoning should be checked to make sure that people are not converting single-family homes into multifamily homes. We have care of premises ordinances that permit that prohibit parking in a front yard. I know that seems like a little minor thing, but when you park in a front yard consistently, you kill all the grass, and the neighborhood begins to look shabby.
Pardon me, Tom. If there are already ordinances in place, laws in place that prohibit these things, how have we gotten to the point? Is like immigration law. We've got the laws, just nobody's paying attention to them. Is that the case?
Well, I don't think nobody is paying attention to them. I think that we will need to devote greater resources to enforcement. And then the other issue, it's an unusual and to me very difficult to understand phenomenon, and that is we have owners of property that are dilapidated, that are unoccupied, that aren't producing any cash flow, and that have to be producing a negative cash flow, and yet when you go to try and buy those properties, they either won't sell them at all, or they want a price that is exorbitant. Obviously, if you want to redevelop a property, you have to start with what is it gonna produce for me? What is it going to sell for when I finish? And then how much is it going to cost for me to finish it? And that will tell me what I'm able to pay for it. And usually, or frequently in my experience, the people who want something want 2 or 3 or 4 times what that last number is. When I believe their property is worth the value of the lot that the building is on, minus the cost to demolish the building. And in many cases, that means it's a negative value, and yet they won't sell it for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, where someone would take it over at that point and restore the property.
Tom, what can the general public, John Q. Public, who lives in a great neighborhood, what can we do about this?
Well, more of you can move into neighborhoods like Highland, because we're losing population. And therefore, we're losing the attention of government. And when people live in those kinds of neighborhoods, they say, look at all the taxes we pay. You're not paying attention to us. And so it's hard to devote resources to inner city neighborhoods politically.
But Mr. Tom, this is America. Government can't tell people what to do with their property, and they certainly can't make them sell. It seems to me like what you're saying, the biggest problem is property owners who do not take care of their property. Is that the case? And if it is, what's the solution?
There are a couple of solutions. Number one, the old saying, you're right to swing your fist into my nose. And as a result of people not taking care of their property, they're actually injuring those around them. So it isn't just a matter of their property. They are engaging in activity or inactivity that hinders their neighbors and their neighborhoods and reduces other people's property value.
I apologize. We've got to wrap up here. Mr. Tom, I apologize. We've got to wrap up here in a second. What is it that, at your meeting today you hope to accomplish?
It's
What
tomorrow.
ball do you
It's tomorrow.
Sorry, what ball do you want to get rolling?
I want people to begin to focus on what these tools are and what resources we can devote to them.